Looking at the way the RPA market has developed over the last 3 or 4 years, there's been a rapid uptake of RPA, particularly proof of concepts for organisations at an end user level, but also within the larger BPOs. There is a huge amount of hype around RPA. If you look at the Gartner hype cycle, then RPA is right at the top of the hype cycle. Inevitably, that means that every organisation, both captive and BPO, are looking at how RPA can actually impact their business. What we will see over the next 18 months, 2 years, is a drop-off into what they term as the trough of disillusionment. As organisations realise that RPA isn't the silver bullet, it's not the panacea that they're looking for, but it is just part of the answer. So looking forward to that period, organisations have to embed RPA in what they do now so they can get through the trough of disillusionment as quickly as possible and out into what Gartner calls the plateau of productivity. What's driving RPA adoption is essentially 3 things. You've got increased opportunities arising out of the early stage adoption within the BPO and shared service markets, which we're starting to see real traction. Secondly, you've got increased coverage by the analyst and advisor community, which has really happened over the last 18 months. If I look back 18 months ago, then there were roughly 5 people within the analyst community that actually understood what RPA was. That number has dramatically increased over the last 6 months. And thirdly, product innovation by the technology providers themselves is driving increased interest from both BPOs and captive operations. If I look forward 3 years, I can see that several things will happen. The adoption of RPA will become almost ubiquitous. That will drive down the number of people who are doing manual transaction processing, what we term as swivel chair processing, transferring information through and between platforms. And it will drive activity in 2 ways. Firstly, we will look at the front office, and I think that we will see an increase in the number of people actually involved in customer experience and driving activity towards the end users. As far as the back office transactional process is concerned, I can see a dramatic decrease in the number of people doing those tasks. What does that mean in terms of location of activity and location of work? I can see an increase in the amount of work that had moved back to on and nearshore locations over that time period. If I look at the technology, RPA is iterating all the time. The development of the RPA platforms will continue to at a pace, and that will be partly driven by the proof of concepts and then the larger implementations that the organisations are carrying out. But also, I think if you combine, we will start to see, won't be there, but we'll start to see the increased convergence of both AI type platforms, the digitisation and the back office and customer augmentation activities that are currently carried out by the RPA technology providers. People who are currently sitting in offshore delivery centres should certainly be concerned by RPA, but concerned in a good way, because it allows them to move their skill set up the value chain. No one likes transferring information from one system to another. But what they do want to do, and you will see an increase in the front office customer interaction, both onshore, nearshore and offshore, driven by the capabilities provided by the robots.